My name is Chris Evans. I'm passionate about riding bikes and I film my adventures along the way. Welcome to another video. Can you tell them your name?
I'm Jade Michaela Evans.
Jade Michaela Evans. Can you spell Jade?
J-A-D-E.
Good job. Today we are talking about helmets. So I'm going to be introducing a new helmet brand to you all. But first, Jade wanted to talk about her helmet. Can you tell them about your helmet?
So it pulls my hair.
Oh, it pulls your hair. So you have complaints?
Like this.
Okay.
This happens right here.
So the inner lining pulls your hair and that's uncomfortable for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you try it on for us? Cute. So, as you can see, there are complaints about certain features on the helmet, and that's going to play perfectly into the helmet that I'm about to show you in just a moment. This is my POC helmet. I just wanted to bring this to compare as far as fitting and style goes. But let me grab the new helmet and we'll get right into this video. KAV Helmets is a Silicon Valley startup. It was originally, they started out making hockey helmets. The founder's son was playing hockey and he was having a really hard time finding a helmet that would fit his son. They were either too tight and his son was complaining about pressure on his temples, or it was too loose and it wobbled around on his head. So the founder of the company saw the opportunity to custom build a helmet that would actually fit his son's head. And thusly, KAV was formed. And
there's a red car coming here.
That's okay. One of the co-founders of KAV is a former VP of Bell and Giro R&D departments.
Oh.
Okay, you okay? I happen to know one of the KAV team members, so she reached out to me and asked me if I'd be interested in testing out their helmets, and I agreed. And so I've been given the opportunity to test out their prototype helmet. This is not a finished product. This is not going to be their final helmet available to the public. My role is simply to try on what they give me, give them feedback, and then they take that, and do what they will with it. They're doing this for multiple people. I'm certainly not their only tester, but it's been a unique experience, and I just wanted to share with you what that experience looks like and maybe give you some insight into the company and what you can expect for the final product when they're ready to launch later on this month.
I need some water, Dada.
The first process in getting a KAV helmet is the fit. So you're going to schedule a fit session with them, and what they do is they send you in advance a little fit kit, and it's basically just a tape measure and some forceps so that they can get some very specific measurements, and they'll walk you through that. So I think what we did is a few of these, if I recall correctly, and then you measure that distance there, you measure several points around, even going like stuffing like this, and then that's how you get the custom fit. And they take all of those measurements and they plug it into their software. It's an algorithm that crunches out all of their numbers, and that way they can give you a perfect fit each and every time. After you have the initial fit test, what they're going to do is send you what they call a fit cap. And I ended up going through 3 iterations of it just to make sure that it was perfect, because I gave them very detailed feedback on how each one fit. So this was the first one. And for me, it was just a little bit too tight. Actually, it was a lot too tight in the temples. And I gave them that feedback and they made some adjustments. Where are you going, kiddo? Come here, come here. You want to try this on? Where are you going? I need you to be my model. So after I gave them that feedback, they went back to the drawing board and they messed around with some stuff and made some changes and adjustments, and they sent me the second one, which I felt was a lot closer to the final product, the final fit. It gave me, a nice snug fit. I was happy with it, but it was still just a little bit too tight through the temples. So, I gave them, that was the one that was a little bit too tight. So I gave them that feedback and they sent me one other one. There you go. And this one is much different than the first ones. If you'll notice, it more closely resembles the actual shape of the final helmet. And when I put this one on, immediately I could tell that that was a good fit. And I was very happy with the way this one felt. So third time's the charm. We got the right fit, and then that gave them, you know, that gives them the green light to go ahead and make a helmet. That way, you know, they're not wasting any of their time or effort or money making a helmet right away, you know, that maybe wouldn't fit. So this gives them an opportunity to test out the product first and make sure that they get close to what's right before they're actually cranking out the helmet. And you know what, I'm not sure if this is something that they would do normally. I think they probably would just send you the helmet once they know that they can get it closer. Thank you, sweetie. But that's how the testing process worked, at least.
My tummy is shaking.
You okay?
Yes.
All right.
I'm gonna sit right here.
And now, the moment we've all been waiting for, unboxing the KAV prototype helmet. You wanna help me? Okay. Be careful. I'm just gonna cut it and then you can open it, okay? Ooh, careful. Wait. Okay, go for it.
I might open it on my own.
Alright, you do it.
I want to.
Oh, you want the cardboard. That's the best. That's the coolest part. Cool. Alright. So we've got a little UPS return label and a picture of the founder.
I got this.
Okay, oops. Oh, here, do they tie a knot? Let me help you. I'll let you take it out of the bag, okay? Alright, there you go. Open that bad boy up. Ooh, that's tight, huh? There we go. Okay. Reach in there. Grab that helmet. Woo! Alright, so we've got a fancy helmet carrying bag. And this is the KAV.
We're on.
You want to put it on? Oh, hold on. Okay. Oh, hold on. There we go. Let's fix this. Ta-da! All right.
What am I doing? Wait.
You got it.
I have a stitch.
You gonna sit?
2 hours later.
Got it? Woo! Good job. Okay.
It looked us.
So,
I got your other helmet.
yes, we're gonna get to that in just a second, okay?
I'm gonna
We'll show
hold
them
it.
that in just a minute, okay?
I'm gonna
You gonna hold that?
it.
Okay. I need it to fit my head, and it fits well. So let's see if it passes the sunglass test. Oh yeah. So no problems in the rear. I know, especially if you wear Oakleys or sunglasses that have a long straight arm, you can struggle to get them on in the back, or you'll have interference with the helmet, but that is not the case here. Jade, sweetie, I love you, but please don't touch the camera. So I need to loosen this up a little bit, but my initial impression is that this actually feels pretty darn comfortable. I'm actually pretty impressed by that fit. I mean, it is a custom fit after all, so I don't know how it goes for looks right here, but so I do want to make it abundantly clear that this is not a finished product. Sweetie, don't touch the camera. Thank you. So I want to make it abundantly clear that this is a prototype. What? Yes, sweetie. Yes, sweetie. This is not the final product that will be released to the public. So I am simply commenting and giving them feedback, but I'm also showing you all what it's like and what, you know, we're obviously getting a little bit closer to what the finished product will be. So it'll be something very similar to this, but not exactly what you're seeing on my head right now. I am going to take it on a short ride, you know, nothing too crazy, just to test it out and give them my feedback. But I'm certainly not going to go bombing down a hill and and become a crash test dummy or anything on this particular helmet, but I'm excited to go for a ride with it and see how it feels on the bike. Well, it passes my ride test. There's a few little minor features that are missing on this prototype that I'm not going to get into the details on. I'm sure they're going to include that in their final build. Again, my point is not to put KAV on read for their prototypes at all. It's more or less just trying to introduce you to the brand, get you excited about it, looking at the potential for a helmet like this. I am excited for what I'm seeing and what I'm testing out. It's very comfortable. I really don't notice that it's up there. And it vents pretty well. I mean, it's a hot day. I'm out here sweating pretty good, but it's not because my helmet's hot, and the weight is very reasonable as well. So all in all, I think this gets a strong support from me in its performance, and I'm excited to see what the final product looks like. So I don't have a lot of experience with helmets like this, certainly not a 3D printed helmet, but more specifically, this kind of, like you see this little kind of honeycomb design, this is something that we're seeing more and more from helmet companies, something like the Bontrager wave cell technology, where it's like that hexagonal shape that's very, very good at collapsing and crushing and absorbing energy forces. This particular helmet does not have a liner, which means it doesn't have MIPS. So I'm a big believer in MIPS technology. If you're not familiar with MIPS, basically it's a liner that is separate from the helmet that allows for independent movement. What that does is that it alleviates rotational forces in a crash, so that your brain's not sloshing around inside your head. When I got hit by a car at 30 miles an hour, I absolutely know there was rotational forces involved, because the angle of the impact when I came off the bike, my head ricocheted off that person's windshield, and I was rotating off and out of that crash at a pretty high rate of speed. So for me, I'm a huge believer in MIPS. This does not use MIPS technology. I'm not saying that that is worse in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying it doesn't have it. A lot of people, have a lot of different opinions. Some people are firm believers in MIPS like myself. Some people don't really care. There's other things, other technology out there that's different than MIPS that's just as good. It's just different. So I just want to make that distinction right away. Helmets, in my opinion, are very subjective. There's a lot of helmets available on the market, and people have very strong opinions on what the best one is, what the best brand is, what the best material is, what the best technology in the helmet is. And so I think it's really down to personal preference as far as what you like. That being said, there's not a 3D printed helmet company in the United States as of right now that I'm aware of. There is a British company called Hexer that does 3D printed helmets in the UK, but they don't pass the US safety standards for helmets, so they're not available to purchase if you're living in the United States. My goal in this video was to give you an idea about what KAV is, what the product is that they're making, and what you can kind of expect when they're ready to launch these helmets to the public here within the next month or two. Please give them a like and a follow on Instagram, and you can also sign up for their email alerts on their website if you're interested in more information from KAV. Take care, everyone.
See you in the next one. The next